What's up, guys? Back in the garage shop again, but today we're going to do something a little different. We're not going to be in the garage shop. We're actually going to get a car that I have owned for almost 8 years. We're going to go ahead and hook up to the trailer. I've got to take that red truck we got the 6.0 out of back to the junkyard. Ironically, that's where my car is being stored that I've had for 8 years almost. The story about this car is I bought it. I think I got $400 or $500 for it. Like I said, 7 or 8 years ago. And I sold it to a buddy of mine that I work with. He had it for not even a year. Started to pull the motor out of it. Was going to go through it. Was going to LS swap it and some other stuff. And lost interest in it. I bought it back. And it's sat since then. I've never really done any videos of it. I really don't know why I haven't done any videos of it. But we're going to go get it today just so I have it in my possession. And we can start. I'm going to finish pulling the motor out of it because I plan to do an LS swapping it also. So I'd like to do that 6-liter 4L80 combo that I have. Probably going to find another 4L80. If not, I'll just rebuild the one I have because it only has reverse. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and hook up to the trailer and we'll get headed that direction, and you guys can see it in a bit. Well, I picked it up and got it over here. It was kind of late, so I didn't film anymore after that, but the next day, and here's what she is. It's a 80 WS4 Trans Am. I have original build sheet for this car. It was a factory 301 car, and it now has a Pontiac 350 in it, which that doesn't really matter to me much anymore because it's going to get a 6-liter and 4L80 combo, I believe. That's my plan, unless I can find a cheaper T56 to put in it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put a 6.0 I think in it. 4L80 I think it'll be a nice little combo. She's pretty rough. This fender's not horrible. It could be probably salvaged. It's got a couple dents and stuff towards the bottom. I think this one actually is rather salvageable. The doors are rusty in about every corner on the bottom. They're kind of starting to rot out here. Got significant lower quarter rust on this side. Not as bad as the driver's, but not great either. Rocker panel, it's pretty much gone. It needs some rocker panel work. Quarter panel, this one I'm not real sure what's going on. I guess there's a dent or something right here, but there's really a good amount of body filler in it, which is just nice. Inner fenders aren't horrible. Underneath the car is not bad. There's a few small holes in the floor. It was actually inside out rust holes. Car's originally had silver. She's pretty. This rear pan's pretty rusty. The rear frame rails, man, it's a rear unibody car. They're in relatively good shape. Just a lot of surface rust and whatnot, but did dent the tank loading it, unfortunately, but it's gonna get an EFI tank anyways, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, got some crust in the lower quarters, and the door's pretty bad on this side. Fender well's pretty good on this side. This fender is pretty much botched, so Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and kind of show you guys that, and see if I can get it to start. Oh, yes, I guess forgot to mention it's a shaker car. Also, power brakes, power steering, yeah, air conditioning. So it's all right. You guys see quarter junk? And a pretty much entirely rotten tarp. So I'm gonna get this pulled off here. All right, smoke test is initiated. Our jumper's kind of low, so I'm not expecting much, but this has got to tell us if it's gonna do anything. Oh yes, gotta pull the fender out so you can open the door. Issue's a little low. Needs tire pump back up. Nada. Not surprising. Let's go check connections and make sure we're actually somewhere. Yeah, ground. What? Still hooked to anything? This is the alternator. So, you know. Alright. Let's see if I can get any progress. Well, after some further quick inspection, the bulkhead was not connected down there for the main fuse harness. So I plugged that back in. And then jiggled stuff around and got some nice sparks going on. Then I pulled these up from the starter. Yeah, that's nice. There's both the two main fusible link wires that run into the car. I did jump them with the wires still nothing, so I'm assuming they chewed the yeah, here's the covering. So I'm assuming they chewed the starter activation wire off. So I'm gonna do the next best thing and just remove the fan shroud and pull the fan off real quick and just put a bolt on the crank pulley and see if this thing's stuck. We'll see. Oh, but I guess I did have tail lights, turn signals, and dome light. So that's kind of nice. Got the radiator out and the fan and stuff off. Got my big ratchet there on it, and it's not stuck. So that's kind of cool. So there might be a little value to this engine yet for somebody that needs a Pontiac 350. Yeah. I'm still thinking I want to do this right, so I think I'm going to get a rotisserie and get the body on it so I can flip it over to the undercarriage, firewall, everything, and make it look good. So we will probably put the tools up for today and call it a day. I'm hot tired and yeah, it's humid out because it just rained yesterday and first time in a long while. So but yeah, so that's a good thing it's not stuck. So well, it didn't really matter to me much anyways. It's gonna get into 6 years, so yeah. I suppose we will get to get some room cleaned out and stuff, and we'll get her start taking her apart. And yeah, this is gonna be a lot of work, but it'll be fun. So, all right, guys, I got some thinking to do on different routes and different stuff because I don't know if I want to go turbo, supercharged, or something. Don't know if I want to just keep it in A. Kind of figuring out the route I want to go, and then we can stick to it. Now you know how everything's gonna go. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your week.